Hi, welcome. In this video, we're going to discuss some Twitter stuff, some awesome steps for success that you can start using right now. I call it Twitter Bootcamp. Let's get started and do a Twitter Jumpstart. For those of you that are kind of new with Twitter, and for those of you that are advanced, let's bring everybody up to the same level real quick. First of all, a lot of our clients say, oh, I only want to tweet once a day because I don't want to clog people's inbox. Well, that's why we put this area here. Twitter's great for sharing small updates with your customers and friends. You can reach them several times a day without clogging their email inbox. Think of Twitter as a website you go to, maybe the Wall Street Journal, and you check into it. It doesn't send you stuff, but you can interact with each article. So it's almost like an interactive blog. All right? So many of you probably know that, but bear with me because we're going to get a little bit more complex. Next, we come to an @reply. That's when you're talking to someone and you want them to notice that you're mentioning them or giving them credit in your conversation. Example, we're listening to @Josh Ochs, me, discuss Twitter and social media bootcamp. This would ping me just a little bit and I would say, hey, someone's talking about you. Without me searching, it would come up as a mention. So therefore, we can use an @reply or an @Josh Ochs. Next, a DM, which is a direct message, is similar to a short email. It's private and direct to their inbox, which is kind of nice. Small side note, it's really neat how DMs work. People get the opportunity to direct message you only when you follow them. When you choose to follow them, you give them the right to direct message you. As soon as you unfollow them, they can no longer contact you through direct message. It's only public. Kind of a neat little feature. Let's move on real quick to another part of Twitter Jumpstart, hashtags. Tons of people are talking about hashtags. Let me give you the bottom line. You can use them however you wish. This isn't the only way to look at them, but I want to show you. Hashtags are great when they're used to talk about an event, a topic, or a region like a city. Now let me repeat that. An event, CES, maybe an event could be a conference or something like the circus. The circus. It could be a conference of some sort. It could be a topic, which could be perhaps an earthquake in Chile, or a region, which could be hashtag Santa Monica, California. You wouldn't use hashtag Los Angeles, California because it's way too big with 10 million people. Anything that has less than 100,000 residents, a region or a city, you could use that hashtag. Now, let me give you an example of this. Perhaps you've heard of the Consumer Electronics Show, which is in Las Vegas every January. It's called CES. Here's what somebody would tweet. I just bumped into one of the speakers at the conference, off to get some lunch. Hashtag CES 2011. Now, it's interesting to note that Twitter hashtags are not created or built. They're just set by the conference director usually. They say, hey, use this as the official hashtag. So anyone that has a conversation about that conference can put a hashtag at the end. People can click that hashtag and see all of the other conversations that use that hashtag. It's almost, think of it as a token. When you click the token, it comes up with search results of all of those other tokens. And in all those other tokens, you see conversations. So now Twitter becomes this cool group. And you're seeing what everybody at CES 2011 is talking about, that really cool event, topic, or region. Okay, you can use search.twitter.com to see what's popular. So you can research your hashtags before you ever use them. That's a great idea. If you want to research hashtags for your company, you can use search.twitter.com to see what's happening right now and be really timely with it. Next, and last, this is what's really powerful. 2 ways to retweet. I want to show you the old school way. Retweeting is used to share great content with your followers. You can also respond really well with retweeting. So let's say an original message from one of our clients by @Power106 Los Angeles, which is a big radio station. What's in your coffee cup this morning? Coffee, tea, or a latte? Believe it or not, that's actually a really, really well responded to tweet. If Power106 were to ask that, somebody else could respond to it by retweeting it, which means they include this text, RT @Power106LA. I'm retweeting what they're saying, which is their original stuff, and I'm going to add my comment onto the beginning. I love Starbucks with an exclamation mark, retweet Power106LA said, what's in your coffee cup? So that's a great way, and here's why. Those of you that are perhaps on-air personalities or brands that have a lot of customer service, if somebody says, hey, how do I return my product, or what do I do in this case, you can have the answer plus the question so all of your followers see the Q and the A. That way, it helps all of your followers to better understand your product or service. Maybe more people are having this problem than just one. Another reason you want to do that is because if you just do 1 or 2 word answers to people, it could get really annoying and it would make your followers feel as though they're not part of the inside joke or they're not part of the full story. If it said @Josh Ochs, ha ha ha, good joke. Well, then you'd be like, well, what is the joke? So if you put the comment in the beginning and retweet what the really short joke was or the story, then everyone gets to be a part of that, and that's what Twitter's all about, the community. So I hope that you are using your hashtags wisely. You can have a lot of fun with them. There's a lot of really cute things you can say out there that are not useful, but this is what hashtags were designed for, what we find the most useful. And next, retweeting. Use retweeting to do great customer service to make people part of the community.